is they get bigger. That's the only thing you're going to start to see. So after multiplying here and here and coming up with this, by the way, this will speak to you numbers 1 through 4 in your homework. Okay, that's numbers 1 through 4 basically. Example 2, we've got negative 2, no, I'm copying the book one, dummy. We'll do 4t multiplied by 2t squared minus t to the first minus 5. Remember, you don't write it to the first power. You just know that if there is no exponent, it's to the first power. Distributing, and I make it look so easy by writing this, but I don't want you to think I believe it's easy to, or not easy to make a mistake. Multiply your numbers, 4 by 2, 8. T to the first times t to the second, t to the third. 4 times negative 1, negative 4. TT is t squared. Last chunk is the 4t by negative 5, so you end up with negative 20t. And in the end, none of this is combinable. T cubes can't be mixed with t squareds, which can't be mixed with t. Okay? These here are going to speak up to and including number 18. So say 9 through 18. They might look a little different, but they're all the same. What if I, again, example 2 kind of thing, what if I did this? If I said multiply, and I went 2k squared minus 3k minus 7 times negative 3k. This is actually, oh my word, that's supposed to be a straight line. Wow. That's actually an example of how they're written in your textbook for numbers 9, 10, 11, and 12. Well, what they're wanting you to see is twofold. Number one, you can still multiply horizontally. I mean, the way here, horizontally. But you can also multiply vertically if you like. And the difference is you will always see that second term being left justified instead of right justified. And when you multiply, you start on the left and work right instead. Unlike what we've done in elementary school. Okay, so if you see it written this way, all they're saying is this multiplied by that. And if you don't like stacking it, then just rewrite it horizontally. Okay? And that's numbers 9 through 18 for today. They get a little bit more difficult. Not by much, though. Here, we'll give you one more. 4x squared times 5x squared minus 2x y plus y squared. I hate the vertical method. I'm not saying I won't ever do it, but for 1 by 3, you'll never see me do that. You'll always see me do this. What's the first result? This by this. Good. And the second one? 8. Just y to the first. Good. And last one? Good. So be careful if you see x's being multiplied by x's and y's. Don't think that this x gets multiplied by the x and again by the y. This is a monomial, singular thing being multiplied by that monomial, which is also a singular thing. All right, I think you've had enough of that. This is like example 3, but again, all of these two are that, numbers 9 through 18. Now the last thing you're going to encounter in today's assignment, and that'll take you through the end of the lesson, is solving when they give you something to multiply and simplify, add to something else you're multiplying and simplifying, okay? And that'll be example 4 for today. If I tell you to solve, I've got a couple of these I need to do with you. I'm sorry, but have to. If I say solve, and it looks like this, your first step cannot be to add 6 to both sides. You need to first deal with your parenthesis business, your order of operations here. And you'll end up with 2x minus 10 minus 6. And this negative 16 here gets added. Did I come up with a 34? Yeah. Dividing by 2 produces your answer. X must be 17. Okay, so if they say solve, this is what we're talking about. If they say solve, if they give you an equal sign, you need to solve it. Okay, there's one other thing you might see that's similar to this in that end section. I'm going to flip the page here in just a second. They might just give you a bunch of terms and say to simplify it. Like this. This is similar again. This is within that same section. So take this one, for example. 8n minus 2 brackets n minus 3 parentheses. 3 minus n parentheses brackets. Doesn't that make you want to spin around in circles? Notice there's no equal sign, but this one is particularly similar to 19 through 26. They actually give them backwards in the textbook. This one, the other one's 27 and 29, the one where we solved it. So anyways, these are like 19 through 26. Start with your innermost parentheses. See if you can simplify it. If not, work it here. Now you're going to have negative 9 and a positive 3n sharing the bracket with that n. You guys see how I eliminated the parenthesis. Now all I have left to do is deal with the bracket. I'm kind of ignoring the 2. Now I have 3n minus 9, bracket being multiplied by negative 2, and I'm still sort of ignoring that positive 8. If you want to bring it down, you can. Sometimes I do just to make sure I don't forget about it. Okay, so we first distributed the negative 3 into the parentheses here. Then we combined like terms within the brackets. That should be a 4 here. 3n and a positive n. Now we're going to use that, multiply that negative 2. Negative 8n, positive 18, combined with a positive 8n that's sitting there. Looks like your n's cancel out. And there's your answer. Okay? So be careful with these that your flow of information is, you can see where you went. Like, see, like, and you guys know I make pencil and paper mistakes all the time. That's something I've always struggled with. But what I try to do is look at the above. Okay, da-da-da-da, oh, duh, you know. So for me, that's why I take the time to write these layers so that I'm able to verify, okay, did I do it right? Did I make a simple pencil and paper error? Okay?